Hello everyone, Michael here with Reactor Watch Company, welcoming you to Reactor Watch's The Link video. Today we're going to show you how to add and remove links from your Reactor watches. We're going to start by identifying the two different types of link assemblies that we use in our bracelets. The first being the split pin assembly, as shown here. Secondly, we use something that is known as a CASPA, or a solid pin and tube assembly, which is shown here. We're going to go ahead and get started with our split pin assembly. So let's get right to it. First off, we're going to go ahead and take our watch, flip it over and open up our clasp, remove the spring bar from our clasp. Go ahead and identify that spring bar. Make sure you put it somewhere safe so you don't misplace it. Open up your watch and set it flat on its back. Next, we're going to flip our watch over and identify the arrows on the underside of the bracelet. These arrows are identifying in which direction the pins are to be knocked out in. As you can see here, these arrows are pointed to the left. We're going to start with this side of the bracelet. Set your watch down in your pin block here. Arrows headed down. Grab your pin tool and your hammer. Go ahead and tap out the first pin. Now we're going to remove our bracelet from the pin block, remove the pin from the bracelet, and separate. Go ahead and grab the additional links that came with your watch, remove one of the pins, add one of the links to your bracelet, insert the pin in the opposite direction the arrow is pointing here, grab the remainder of your bracelet, slide your second pin in, being sure that the non-knurled portion of these pins is the first to slide into the bracelet, with the knurled head of the pin following, being last to set in. Go ahead and tap the pin down, grab your pin tool, and set the pins just below the links. Grab your spring bar, insert it into the last link. Go ahead and grab something to help retract your spring bar. Tweezers or a fingernail will work. Squeeze your spring bar in there, close your clasp, and your watch is ready to be worn. Let's go ahead and get started on our CASPA, or solid pin and tube assembly. As you can see, this type of link uses a solid pin and a hollow tube to hold tight. Check out our photograph, notice the tube and the tip of this link. We want to be sure when adding or removing links not to misplace this tube, as it does hold the pins tight inside of the bracelet. First, we're going to go ahead and remove our spring bar from our clasp. Go ahead and identify the spring bar, set it aside as to not misplace it. Get your watch opened up and set it flat on its back. Let's grab our watch and flip it over. Identify the arrows on the underside of the bracelet. As you can see here, these arrows are pointed to the left. We're going to start once again with this side of the bracelet. Set your watch down in your pin block and grab your pin tool. Grab your hammer and tap out the first pin. You may need some pliers to pull these pins out as they're a bit tighter. Go ahead and remove your first pin. Separate the bracelet and set it aside. Notice that in the tip of this link is your hollow cavity with the tube. Ensure that we don't misplace these tubes. Remove your pin from your additional links. We're going to go ahead and insert our additional link into our bracelet, insert our pin, grab the remainder of our bracelet, attach and insert the pin once again in the opposite direction of the arrows, place it down in our pin block, tap them in, grab your pin tool and give them a slight taparoo to set the pins just below the links. Grab your watch up out of your block, grab your spring bar, reinsert it into the last link on your bracelet, go ahead and put it into the clasp, grab something to help retract the spring bar into the clasp, close it up, and you are ready to go.